What's up, guys? Today we're talking about Kentucky and Oakland, the 3:14 matchup taking place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is Thursday night at 7:10. Let's talk about the Wildcats first, because spoiler alert, I think this could be one of the years for them. They're led, of course. They got their little trio. Antonio Reeves averaging 20. He's more the vet on the team. He can light it up, score 30 really any given night. Rob Dillingham averaging 15 points a game. He's going to be a top 10 pick. He can light it up offensively as well. And then the third freshman, Reed Shepherd, the man that does it all, blocks, steals, points, rebounds, assists. He's going to be a top 10 pick. He brings more of the defensive side of the ball. He rounds out that trio. This Kentucky team, they score the ball. They score 89 points per game. But similar to Alabama, they don't do well defensively. They give up 80 points a game. However, they're different in Alabama as they showed up in big games. They're 5-2 versus top 25 teams. They beat Tennessee. They smoked Alabama 117-95. They beat Auburn at Auburn, and they won at Mississippi State on a Reed Shepherd buzzer beater. However, they have lost their fair share of games to good teams. They lost to Kansas early in the year, lost to Tennessee, but obviously they ended up beating them in the rubber match. And then they also lost to Gonzaga midseason at home. This is far from a typical one-man show, and I don't think this is as freshman-dependent as Kentucky teams have been in the past because they're led by senior guard Antonio Reeves, like I mentioned before. They got 5 players that average over 10 points per game. They got 7 that average at least 7.5 points per game. They obviously struggle defensively. They don't force turnovers. They don't rebound well. But with the impressive wins, with their ability to get hot offensively, this is a team I don't think you want to play in March. However, if you can slow it down versus them, it could get scary. You never know, different play styles, but I think if they play a team that wants to score the ball, they're going to beat any team that wants to do that. Let's talk Oakland now. They're 23-11. They played some actually rather solid teams this year. They've played 4 tournament teams and then one more that could have possibly made the tournament in Ohio State. They lost all of them, but they held Illinois to 64 points. Illinois is a good offensive team. Drake, they lost by only 7. Like I said, they lost by 9 to Illinois, only 6 to Ohio State. They got blown out against Dayton and Michigan State. But they obviously challenged themselves in the non-conference. They started 6-8, and now they're 21-11. So only 3 losses, 17 wins over their last 20 games. They're led by Trey Townsend. He's averaging 17 points per game and 8 rebounds. And then they also got Blake Lampman, 13 points per game. They're going to rely on Trey Townsend. Like I said, he's putting up 17 points per game. He won Horizon Player of the League, or Player of the Year. But he's one of the bigs. They don't have the guard play that I think you need to beat a Kentucky team. They make 9 threes a game, so they're able to shoot the ball, but they don't have that guy that's going to really facilitate, run their offense. And I think that's something you want to have in March. Them playing their tough schedule early in the year, you can look at it both ways. You can say, well, they played their tough schedule early in the year, and they lost all of them. Sure, they were close in a couple, but they got smoked in a couple too. However, I think that kind of plays into their favor because, they have experience playing against these top teams. They played a 3 seed in Illinois. They played a 7 seed in Dayton. They played a 10 seed in Drake, and they played a 9 seed in Michigan State. So this team has played solid opponents this year. Have they played an offensive Kentucky? You could argue Illinois is that, but I do think this is Kentucky's game to lose. I don't see Oakland winning. Give me Kentucky to move on pretty easily, and I got them in my Final Four. I got them in my championship. I think this could be Kentucky's year to finally make the run like they did in 2015 and 2012. Maybe the first time they cut the nets since 2012. Let me know what you think. I got Kentucky moving on.